not that much longer.
All right, go ahead.
It's not that much longer. So basically, what's going on is that you already know iShowSpeed. He's a streamer. He streams on Twitch. He's been doing a lot of things like Kai, but he does little things differently. He basically does he does verses with people, and he spazzes out, destroys stuff when he's mad. He gets swatted, which is funny. But right now he's doing this whole versus thing. He went against Noah. So just like he did when he did it with Kevin Durant. Or with other people, with like Paul Poe something, and his Muay Thai fighter person, and he also raced Travis Scott. You also seen him get RKO on WWE. He's out here making a name for himself. So
it is pretty close. A 50-meter dash is 54, so basic 0.68. So basically, it's 55 yards. Yeah. So right most people are doing the 40-yard dash, but that's running a whole extra 15 yards.
Yeah, it's not that much. I told you.
That's a lot.
Extra.
To me, that's a lot.
To you, but
I only ever did the 40-yard dash. Like, that's all anyone ever cared about. Anything beyond that is like, you're not gonna in football. You're not gonna be running any farther than that. Like,
true.
So like, you don't like if you're a little bit faster on someone that far, it's irrelevant. Because usually that's the thing with football. You can be faster than someone. Sometimes players that are way faster aren't as good because like you can mentally be faster someone than physically than someone that's physically faster than you. They be faster than you in a ready, set, go and just go. But as far as your brain recognizing the play and recognizing how to act or attack, your brain might recognize stuff. So you might actually be quicker to the ball than someone that's faster than you because their brain isn't able to process that as quickly.
True.
So sometimes that happens.
Yeah, I can definitely see that.
They should have ran a 40-yard dash because we've seen this video, man, and I'm also actually super impressed by Speed. To barely lose against the fastest man in the world, doing an extra 15 yards. If this is like a regular football 40-yard dash, which is what most Americans do when they're running and racing each other, I think they tie.
You think so?
Yeah.
I think they may tie because
and that's embarrassing. Absolutely embarrassing.
Noah Lyles just won the Olympics, the 100-meter Olympics. So
barely beats the guy that's in foam runners 24/7.
It's short. It just depends what kind of runner you are. Because remember Speed was talking about it. Because at first it was supposed to be 100 meters, and then he was like, no, we need to make it shorter because he has longer legs than me, and he knows I got shorter legs. So that means my takeoff is faster than his takeoff. So in a 40, I can beat him in a 40, but in a 100, I'm gonna take off faster, but eventually he finna eat me, hawk me down. Because he's got longer strides and all that stuff, but he just takes off slower. That's just all. So in the 40 he'd win, but in a 100 he'd lose, in the 50 he'd win.
Well, in a 200 he'd definitely super lose.
Noah
in
the
wins. Mile he'd probably really really lose.
Who, iShowSpeed?
Yeah.
Yeah, But only thing he can win is the 40.
I don't know. I've never raced anyone like long distance like that, and I think that's a whole different type of racing. To me, racing is a 40-yard dash. That's what racing is. If you can beat someone in that, you can beat them in a race.
I don't know about that.
And you start getting into different stuff. It's like, no, that's like track stuff. That's not winning a race.
Yeah, running a full lap. Who can run the lap the fire? Who can run the lap the first? Like if you do a full lap.
I'm just saying, like when you're like growing up and you're racing your friends and stuff and all that stuff. Like you never run. Like I've never raced any of my friends a full lap on the track.
Yeah,
like you do the 40 yard.
You're doing 100. You just stop sign and stop sign.
I didn't do track. I played football.
You never ran stop sign and stop sign? No, that stop sign is kind of far. Like at least halfway. Like we ran.
No, we would usually just guesstimate like what's 40 yards and then like mark it off. Like this mailbox to this mailbox looks like it's about 40 yards.
I guess. You can do that. I can definitely see some people doing that. But this is amazing. This went for $100,000. Mr.Beast for charity. Mr.Beast had it. We're gonna play the video, then we're gonna come back and let you know some other things that iShowSpeed did.
That was a tie. That was a tie.
Let's watch the video.
That was a tie.
Where's the video?
Was that not a tie? That was a tie.
Ooh, there I am.
Whoa.
There you are back there.
Well, for him to be in the same frame and he doesn't train at all, versus someone that's literally trains their whole life.
No, you did not, dude.
Oh, I sure did. Look, play the video.
Literally within the same
Bro,
frame.
I won that a little bit, bro.
Did you?
Yes.
What's the video?
You think he was really running fast so he can go?
Just for fun.
I feel.
Bro, I won it. I won that, bro.
I can pay for your doctor's appointment with your eye doctor.
Bro,
I think that I honestly feel like Noah would probably like. I feel like the whole time he was playing, like you can tell, like he was just playing around with. I feel like
I
he
don't
didn't
think so because he was losing.
But I think he underestimated it. Like he didn't like.
He was like, "Oh, I can coast and beat this guy," and he's like, "Oh shit, like I'm losing." And then he turned on the Jets.
Like this dude, like he probably didn't think like he got a little takeoff on him and everything because you seen him talking, like the dude, like he talked to Speed like, oh, you know this, you want to use the
spikes
the spikes and everything, like and ShowSpeed like, why would I use that? Like, what's the point? And like he put it on, like, oh yeah, this is great. He's like, yeah, it gives you more grip. You didn't know, like, nah. And then like the whole little thing, like you set your feet on the push off, like Speed didn't know about that. So I feel like
blocks,
then Speed was like, oh yeah, my legs is kind of sore. I just did like 600 backflips and all that stuff. So he was like, oh yeah. So
I mean, they should really do it. I feel like Speed should trade for like a month or 2 months tops, and then make sure he has adequate rest beforehand. And I think Speed and do a 40-yard. I know 50 meter, which is like 56 yards. 56 yards is a long race. And in sports, you're never going that far. That's why I think 40 yards is perfect. And do a real 40-yard dash time. That's what they do in the NFL combine. And they even have, like, if you do it in the NFL, they have, like, laser timing. They should do them on one of the courts that has laser timing for the 40-yard dash and let them know, like, y'all both take it serious and then see what really happens. My crazy thing is for him to be supposedly the fastest man in the world and for Speed to be out there kind of just random guy in it and being literally in the same picture frame at the finish line, like literally because they're doing it in slow motion in the exact same frame right at the end. It's not like he's out of frame. That's like ungodly impressive.
I mean, I can see that. I mean, if you want to take that win, you can. But then
world champion of what? Noah Lyles.
Oh yeah,
world champion of what? You almost got beat by a streamer.
See, I mean,
you're a joke.
You say, I mean, you can say, yeah, you say that, and then most people do 40 yards. But then after watching the whole
child streamer, what is Speed, like 17?
No, he's like 20. Yeah, he's like 20 something.
He's like 20 now. Yeah, he's
been
around for a while.
No, than like 22. But I mean, I would say after we listened to the whole track and like he's saying like, oh yeah, the whole legs and how like some people are 100-meter rushers, some people are 400-meter runners, some people are long distance runners. So it really just depends on like what type of runners you see. Like they only use it for 100, they don't use it for the 40-yard dashes. So he's the fastest man at 100. He's the fastest man at 100 meters. He's not the fastest man at the 200 meters, or the fastest man at the 4x1, or the fastest man in this or that. He's the fastest for 100. So, I mean, you expected him to be the fastest at 50. He's not the fastest at 50. He's probably like the third fastest at 50. But he's the number one at 100.
Yeah, I mean, the Olympics say the 100 is the shortest.
Yeah.
So they don't really do that. But, yeah, I don't know. I just always thought, like, 40 yards is plenty enough. And
that just means you got a quicker burst than me. You don't mean you run faster than me. You got a quicker burst than me. That's just it.
No, I think it's perfect because I think it's, like, for sports. Like, if you're looking at all sports. Like your ability, because it doesn't matter if you're in volleyball, basketball, baseball, like your quickness to move within that time, like that space is kind of what you need. Anything beyond that is really not needed for sports. Like, oh, I'm the fastest in the 100-meter. Well, it doesn't mean anything for football. Like it doesn't. It doesn't matter.
I think of it like this reminds me of Fast and the Furious when like Vin Diesel was like, oh, he had an American muscle car. And the first one, everybody was laughing at him like, "You ain't gonna win this." And like everybody got the supercharged car, and like everybody started racing. Yeah, they took off before him. They was all faster, but eventually he caught up.
Oh yeah,
and
Well, and that's the thing too. Like even when you're racing cars, some cars are better at like short drift or not drift. What is that called?
Short distances, drag racing.
Thank you. Yeah. Short like distances where they're drag racing. And then some of them, they're like street racing where they're actually going many streets and taking turns and stuff. Like that's totally two different types of racing. So
yeah, so it's like that.
And I think most people aren't used to running like 100 meters or plus.
Most people don't even know what 100
You know,
meters
like,
is.
and everyone that played sports in high school should have done like the 40-yard dash time. They think they even do that in baseball. And
True.
Like I don't know, common in soccer. What do they time you in? But yeah, I just think it's crazy that Speed, basically being a regular kid streamer, is a stone's thrown away from being a world-class athlete in multiple aspects.
Hey man, hey, a lot of people just stream because it's something fun to do. But y'all comment down below how y'all feel about this. Is it shame on Noah?
We just need you to start barking and doing backflips. Let's see your backflip.
Oh Lord.
And we can go viral.
Facts. I break the record.
You should, instead of iShowSpeed, you should be iSlowSpeed.
You a hater. But speaking of hate, man,
I know speed.
horrible. Speaking of hate.